My name is Kalanit Ben-Ari. I would like to invite you to a 2-day training in Imago relationship therapy. In case you are wondering what the experience will be like, here is some feedback from therapists who attended a previous workshop in London.
Had the most enjoyable time that I can remember having had on a workshop with strangers.
It was an excellent experience. I sort of most appreciated was that although we did talk a lot about theory, we really got right in there and started using it and started practicing it. And for me, I found that most useful because I can take this away and use this in my own practice, right away.
Has been very moving, very powerful for me, and I just felt something shift in me, something organic in how I am as a person, how I am in relationship to my family, to my husband, and to my clients. I was thrilled, absolutely thrilled to have such a positive experience with a training that, after all, is giving up a weekend, but came away with such a sense of reconnection to not just the material, but to myself as a therapist. The weekend experience is one that will stay with me for a long time.
My experience of the training was really interesting. I had a wonderful weekend. I should tell you that whenever I sign up for these things, I'm always somewhat nervous in that first morning, and I wish I hadn't, and I wish I was able to stay in bed, and then I go along. And when I first arrived, I didn't know what to expect, but our instructor took us through in a very, very reassuring and in a very gentle way, and so we were able to get used to each other and take time. What was really wonderful for me was the key learnings that I got from the weekend. Learnings that helped me to explain elements of my relationship life over the years that I hadn't had explanations for before.
The training was excellent in that I felt really safe. It was a really supportive group, and I felt that I was really enabled within that group. And that came across a lot because of the dialogue, because of how it was put across. So it was a very safe feeling.
I think more than anything I got was I really understood finally what the Imago theory was about, and how it brought together various strands of learnings that I've had over the years from systemic theory and person-centered theory and CBT. The importance of teaching clients how the brain works simply, and the threat system and the need for safety. Well, Kalanit as a trainer, wow. I think I was captivated from the start. She's such a warm, engaging, lovely individual, as well as a very highly skilled professional. I'm extremely positive about the material that she is trained to deliver. But it's not just a professional enthusiasm. It's clear that Kalanit lives this work, and that's, I think, part of what engaged me was her willingness to share some of her own life and her own experience.
That she really knew her stuff. Also that she was willing to make room for us. So she didn't need to be the biggest and boldest and most knowledgeable voice in the room. And she only really made interventions when called upon to clarify or to add detail or to ask us to reflect about things. So she was brilliant. I after the first day, I really looked forward to going on the Sunday, and that's something exceptional because normally one feels quite knackered and entitled to a line on the Sunday morning, but I couldn't wait to get down to the workshop. She was great.
My experience of Kalanit was that not only was she very experienced and had a lot of examples and stories to share with us, but she was also very calm and patient and followed the course of the group. If we had questions and we got stuck, We waited until we were unstuck and then we moved on. And I felt that she kept the room safe. There were well-established boundaries. I felt like she was tuned in to what was going on in each of the groups. And she did step in on occasion and sort of lay the boundary when that was hard for one of us. And likewise, she also stretched us. So she also gave us opportunities to say a bit more if we chose to. And I found that really helpful. I think the group bonded well, and that really was because of her leadership on the day.
Kalanit was exceptional. She was absolutely calming. She was passionate, so passionate about the work, and her confidence in what she's talking about and how she's putting that across and how we're taking that learning, my confidence in her was absolutely 100%.
Well, right from the start, Kalanit was impressive with her warmth, her quiet energy, her knowledge of the subject, and her ability to conduct a group of professional, experienced people in a way that the barriers just dropped very quickly. That was as much as down to the quality that Kalanit has. Living the work, being open and honest about her own learnings about being in relationship, the honesty, the knowledge that we could work on real-time matter and it was okay, it was safe. That's something that I will always take with me from that weekend. Before we knew it, it was the end of the weekend, and I personally didn't know where the time had gone and felt quite disappointed. I wanted more, actually.
This was the pace that Kalanit, who was our instructor, took. And that was brilliant. It gave everybody a chance to get comfortable, to feel safe. We didn't rush through things. There was time to go back and revisit things if things weren't clear. So I liked that. It felt very safe and permissive. And Google have just spent tens of thousands of dollars to find out what makes their teams work. And safety has turned out to be the key issue. The other thing that I really liked is that the Imago people have drawn together really interesting pieces of knowledge from different areas like child development, some stuff from TA, parent, adult, child kinds of thoughts, and all kinds of things, and they've woven them into a very interesting thing. But
whether you intend to use this every day with couples or you carry on to do the full certification, there is something here that each of us can use in our practice with our clients, whether that's individuals, families. I also see scope for using this in terms of some of the staff training and team building that I do in my present job. So I think there's something here for everyone. Also, just on a personal note, there is relevance in our own relationships, and it does make us reflect a little bit during the session about, our own personal relationships. And are we attending to those in the way that we should? I found it very validating in terms of, the nurturing I do in my own marriage. And I think that, is kind of a side note. So even if you come for professional reasons, I think you're going to get something out of it that is personal as well.
I would recommend it 100%, and I would recommend taking it with Kalanit. She is a knowledgeable, skillful, and very professional and warm human being, and I can't fault it. The handouts, the material, the presentation, the rhythm, the flow of the training, how the group were dealt with, how we were dealt with as individuals as well. 100%. And I'm going on to do the further clinical training because I just want more of how to work with people in this powerful way.
Yeah, I would do this training because in a single weekend, you'll find out why it is you choose the people you choose and how those people contribute to your life, and some stuff about the bits of yourself that are disowned that you need to reclaim and heal.
Because the whole experience was excellent. It's exceptional in that I know I can use this in my practice in the future. In fact, I'm using it already after sort of a week and a half. So it's exceptional in that it's allowed me to feel a lot more calm and to slow the process down, which has been really powerful for me.
Was something that I hadn't had throughout my whole training. Yeah, do it.